Hey everybody, this is Mike with On Point Preparedness. I wanted to do an extension of the video I put out yesterday with regards to the 12-day climate change summit that is currently occurring. In that video, I made mention of how the Pope said we are headed towards global climate change suicide if no agreement is met, and that this is a now or never decision. What I had missed is that he made some even more shocking statements with regards to this climate summit on November 27th. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit and show you that article that I missed. Before I do, I just want to let you guys know where I stand on this whole California shooting incident. This could be an organic or grassroots terrorist event. This could be a false flag event, which is a hoax and using crisis actors. Or it could be a false flag event in which authorities knew that the terrorists were going to do something and allowed it to happen, or maybe even in some cases facilitated them to do a particular activity. Regardless of what kind of event it is, the end game is still the same, and that is they're going to try to put laws in the books which highly restrict the sale of ammunition, body armor, or weapons, or they're going to try to go for confiscation via gun buyback program or similar. And if they can't get any one of those, which I don't think they will, one thing is definitely for certain. They're going to drive the American division agenda and segregate the populace even more on gun right issues. So, what's the main message from Mike at On Point? Go ahead and make sure that you have purchased a firearm for your own personal protection and join the millions upon millions of Americans that have already done so over the last couple of years, because you are going to be a minority if you don't own a gun. And with what's coming, that's not going to put you in a good place. So enough with that. Onward with Pope Francis. Here is the article that I had missed, again on November 27th. Pope Francis warns of catastrophic event if COP21 leaders fail to protect the environment. So remember what I said in this prior video. There's lots of different interpretations of exactly why these world leaders are meeting. Some people don't think this is related to the environment at all. I think it is. When you typically think about climate change and global warming, you're only thinking about it, as I only thought about it, from a atmospheric perspective. But as many mainstream articles are talking, the Daily Caller, scientists say global warming will cause deadly earthquakes. Or how about The Guardian? Climate change will shake the earth. And why do I think that is significant? Well, again, if we do a study of Revelation chapter 12, specifically verses 15 through 17, it talks about the Great Tribulation starting with a flood. So let me just read this. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water after the woman, the bride of Christ, like a flood, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. But the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon had cast out of his mouth. Then the dragon was wroth with the woman and went and made war with the remnant of her seed. And so I've been saying it for quite some time. I do not believe the Great Tribulation starts with World War III. I think it starts with some type of geological event. Many people were thinking it was an asteroid or meteor or something to that effect. I think it is going to be an earthquake, a major one. And it really would validate all these world leaders and the Pope saying that these are the 12 days that will decide Earth's future. We're headed towards global suicide if no agreement is met. There is going to be a catastrophic event, as per the Pope, if there is no agreement made. And so you can imagine, if this type of mega earthquake or just any type of destructive earthquake or geological event happen, they'll say, hey, we were right. We've been warning you guys, and that's why we've been getting together, and now we need to take action. Again, I'm really not sure when the Great Tribulation is going to start because we are in a delay, but I must make mention that there is a very creepy crop circle and planetary alignment that is indicative of a mega thrust earthquake anywhere on December 11th or 12th. And the COP21 ends on December 11th. So some very eerie things here. Again, I'm not saying it will happen, but you have to be very vigilant whenever it comes to these types of convergencies. Some other things with regards to the Pope that you guys need to be aware about. Remember, I did a video on the little horn representative of the Vatican. Down here, Daniel 7, verse 25, talks about the little horn will speak words against the Most High and shall consume the saints of the Most High and think that he may change the times and laws. The Catholic Church for quite some time now has definitely been changing the law. And Pope Francis is continuing with that trend, and he is trying to aim for global Sunday law. As you know, the 7th day of the week is Saturday, and that is the day of rest, not Sunday. And this is just one more nail in the coffin where Pope Francis, through a multitude of news events and encyclicals and even his persuasion into this climate change summit, he is pushing for a global recognition of Sunday law, something that has been quite contentious for a very long time. So again, the Vatican is definitely playing to the tune of the little horn in Daniel 7, and as we know, the New Testament fulfills the Old. The woman riding the beast, Mystery Babylon, is the Vatican. The little horn is the Vatican. This is really happening. If you want more proof, here was an event that happened last week. Francis was in Africa doing his rounds there, and he prayed at a mosque. So he took off his shoes, stepped onto a Muslim prayer mat, faced Mecca, and bowed his head and prayed. This is an act of apostasy. And what Vatican Catholic so eloquently shows here is that St. Thomas Aquinas said if anyone were to worship at the tomb of Muhammad, he would be deemed an apostate. So pretty close, bowing to the direction of Mecca. Pope Francis, in terms of peace, security, coexistence, and unity, bringing together all religions for this new one world religion, he's the false prophet. Can't really say any much more about that. So, it is December, let's see, what is today? December 3rd. And so we've got some real big events coming up. I'll try to let you know of anything new that shows up, but we will prepare for the upcoming weeks. This is Mike with On Point Preparedness. See you guys later.